Hello everyone, welcome back to another LEGO review. Today we're taking a look at a LEGO Animal Crossing set that I have finally built. We have set 77056 Blathers Museum Collection with 543 pieces, ages 7+, and 2 minifigures, and quite a bit of an enjoyable build, I must say. This was honestly such an enjoyable build and really pleasing once it all came together. There's a whole lot of features in here that they kind of blow me away. Before we get into them though, I do want to start with the minifigures like always. First up, we have Blathers. And I think that the head looks really good. They got the eyebrows. My son was around when I was building this and he asked why he was mad. And I didn't have really the ability to explain that owls kind of have a look about them. And it would have been funny if he had the sleeping head, because he sleeps during the day and is awake at night. And I love the little circle tummy with the bow tie. The printing on the toes is pretty good. I'm just a little bit taken aback by the Lego arms, since this is an owl. Just seems a little odd. And then the tail doesn't quite do it for me. I guess I'm glad they tried, but it does come off a little strange. And just like all Animal Crossing minifigures, they are on short legs or mid legs. So that is no exception there with Blathers, but overall, I'm pretty happy with him. Our next minifigure here is Lily, and I really like her color. I have a frog as one of my neighbors, but it is not Lily. It's a lighter colored frog, and I cannot remember her name. It's been a minute. Anyway, so I guess this is a girl. She's wearing some sort of like tank top thing, and she's got really big rosy cheeks. Would be interesting to see how many Animal Crossing character villagers we end up getting. I think that Lego wouldn't go wrong with a Animal Crossing minifigure series. Would be pretty cool. So nonetheless, she is on short legs and a little frog. Pretty cute. I love getting the villagers. They're so unique. They have giant heads. It's pretty funny. All right, and back to the set itself. This is composed primarily of 3 individual pieces, so we will go and review the smaller pieces first just to get them out of the way, and then take a look at the museum as a whole, and then sort of everything together. I'm really excited for this review. Again, I think this set is really, really cool. So first up, we have this little land section. And again, these like little trees and extras that Animal Crossing has, some people may just sort of not build them or not worry about them, but if you sort of play within the immersive realm of Animal Crossing, they're really helpful for fleshing out the island, or what would be your island. This one in particular is really quite creative. So we have an orange tree, and this isn't anything new. We've seen Animal Crossing do trees in this way, but we have a tiny spot of water with an orange fish, and it just is laying there. There's no clip to hold it on, which is a little bit weird. I actually kind of like these little white pieces. They give the water some movement. We have a big old tarantula, and then the really common butterfly that you can catch during like summertime. And then up on this, we have a spot to dig, which is pretty neat. We have a little snail here, and then a whole bunch of tools. We can fish, we can use a magnifying glass for some reason, a shovel, and a net, so you can catch your bugs and dig for this spot. We also have a little fossil icon that they for some reason had us put there, but sometimes when you dig up, if you can find a fossil and it looks like this until you turn it in, but they even went as far as to give you a fossil. It's actually this long bone that's really hard to get out. I don't want to lose my fish. There it goes. And we'll come back to this because there's something you can do with it later that is pretty fun. But I really like that little removable piece. You can really get in there and do some pretend play. It's very creative, super cute. Also, the sort of leveling that they do with Animal Crossing is present here as well. So you can combine this with other pieces, make a large island section, and then this is the separate piece. It's done on grass, these 2 plates. You can put it on grass, and so I suppose you can examine it, I don't know, from the grass. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but because, I mean, you can display full skeletons. I'm thinking about that now. You can display full skeletons outside of the museum, or large pieces, I should say. You can get like large bones and whatnot. So this is like a Triceratops, and it's a pretty basic build, but I think it looks overall really good. It has a tiny little printed plaque with like Blathers and whatever this is, and a couple of flowers, and the museum pedestal looks pretty good. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Animal Crossing Museum, it holds several things that you can find on your island, including fish, bugs. I think it does underwater like ocean life as well, fossils. So it's got like 3 large components, and then later on art, but that is not featured in this set in particular. But that way you know kind of what to expect. Looking at the museum itself, I will say, I think it looks fantastic. It definitely got this archway entrance really, really well. I love the fountain. This is a buildable piece in Animal Crossing, but it's fantastic. You could unhook it again because it's pretty modular. You could unhook it and put the fountain somewhere else if you wanted. We have a couple of flowers and a printed tile with the, I guess, museum logo on it. Interesting pop of blue here. And then as you can see through these windows, we have some displays inside. Before we start though, I want to show you how cool this museum is, because you can actually make it look like this, which is on the box. So if you wanted to have like a smaller, shallower footprint, you could display everything like this. We got a couple lights for these banners here, and it closes up the museum, makes it look a little bit bigger facing forward. Or you can also have it completely enclosed, which I think is really cool. And so then you get really big windows on everything inside, which is fantastic. And then these banners in the back. And so actually any way that you display this looks really cool. You have 3 options. So say you have a shorter shelf or a small shelf and you can't do something as wide, you may be able to fit this in this direction. So going through the doors, as you can tell, this door for some reason is extremely loose on my set, so it falls open a lot. I don't know what I've done wrong. I could maybe mess around with it, but it drives me nuts because it opens so easily. And then flipping it around the back, we have all of the fun things that you can do inside. So I'll show you those. Maybe. So we have a couple of pictures, and there's the coffee guy. I can't remember what his name is, but there's a little coffee station you can get later on in your museum, which is pretty cool. We have a small plant and then a couple of like small items that you can get. Those are fossils you can dig up. And again, all of them come with those printed tiles. It's really accurate actually to the way that the game is. And so I find it really cute. They've done such a great job because actually this museum is humongous inside the game. It's really, really large, and it's really well designed. And I'd say the same for it being in Lego too. I really like these clear windows. You can see right through them. The museum definitely has a very opened platform for all of their displays. On this side here, we have sort of the animals and bugs, and there is a spot for another butterfly, which we will get to in just a second, but you can spin that around if you'd like, and in the game, the butterflies are all around the fountain and whatnot, and we have like a little, what is that called? A lobster and a frog in there, and then we have an ocean life, again, with the thing, an ocean life with a bluefish and a crab and a plain hook right there. And so the other thing that Lego lets you do is if you want to put in the fossil section, which is displayed inside the museum, you can actually do it like this. Now, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me that it's on grass, so that does sort of bug me, but this is how the picture on the box shows you can actually display this. So going back to this piece here, it is not actually just a display piece, but you can have some fun with it, especially if you're a kid. You can have your Animal Crossing villager catch this butterfly in real life and add it to the butterfly fountain. They can catch the tarantula, and I'd probably put it like up there or something. And you can even catch the snail, and you can put it in the shelf. Same goes with the fish. You can catch the fish and put it in here in the extra clip, as well as when you dig up this fossil and come against this really long bone right here, you can actually add it as the tail to the T-Rex. And I think that that is some of the best play value, play feature option that Lego has ever done. Just because it's not got a gimmicky play function, it's very suitable for display, and you can take those elements that are on display and use them for play as well. It is a really good combo between something that children would enjoy and adults that played Animal Crossing would also enjoy. I think the set is a 10 out of 10. It is really, really cool. I'm so excited to have it, and it took me long enough to build it, but I'm very glad that I did. It's a fantastic set. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.